Yo, what is up, everyone? It is yet again your boy KSI Bubba 7 here with my other sidekick Anna. How you doing? How you feeling? It is episode 7 up in this his house manizzle. What's going on, Anna? How you doing? How you feeling? How
I feel good. I'm glad you called me the right name this time because I don't know if everybody else caught that you called me anime last time.
I
So I was
know.
sitting here. I was trying to think of a good way to like come back at you with something. So I'm just gonna call you Bubbles today.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Well, tonight or this episode, we have a very special guest. Well, I don't know about very special guest, but we got a good guest up in here for episode 7, and that is KSI New Blue. Woo 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 woo.
Yo, what's up, guys? I don't know if I could say I'm that special of a guest considering you guys had dead meat, but thank you. I'll appreciate it either way.
Yeah,
I know it's a bit of a downgrade going from dead meat to new blue. Sorry, everybody who's listening, but we did our best. We did our best.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yo, it's good to have you, New Blue. How you doing? How you been? How is the life back in KSI? How's everything?
Yeah, dude, it's fantastic. Been back for about 3 months now. Just been loving every minute of it. Um, Life's been good. I got a nice little balance going on here of KSI and work and other activities in my life. So yeah, I mean, it's been really good to be back.
That's awesome, dude. And you're a squad leader, right? In the squad Nemesis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Nice.
I came back, built up my little portion of the big squad, and then they're like, "So, you want your own squad?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I do."
Good, man. Yo, I bet it's like a recap from back in the day when you were here over Rapture and everything, and how does it feel to be back in the general spot and everything? Feels back like at
Yeah,
home.
I mean, it really does. I mean, most of my time here in KSI, I was either just a member or a general. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, general squad leader, interchangeable now, I guess. But yeah, being back in the driver's seat, trying to build a good squad for the members. I guess it just comes natural to me now, and it's really a lot of fun. It's really rewarding at the end of the day. It's you got to make some tough calls sometimes. It's not fun every single second, but it's for the members, and as long as you keep that on your mind, you have no issues.
Yeah, no, hands down.
Well, absolutely. And like looking at like where we were with KSI, like when we started this podcast, Bubba and I were talking about kind of like this like rebirth of KSI. So I mean, there's a lot of cool things to be like celebrating since you've been here basically since like quote unquote this beginning of the rebirth and things like that. So showing a lot of work and there's a lot of great promotions that have been going on, especially like in your squad there. You want to shout anybody out?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, this last week I've had a really huge week for my squad. Um, I really shouldn't say my, I should say our squad. Is really thriving. So at starting from the top, I got KSI Cherry and KSI Mess 7. Promoted them both to senior officer. Just both two fantastic officers that showed so much promise from the moment they joined in. Seriously taking the initiative, and both some people I could see taking over a squad pretty soon. So yeah, really proud of them. Joining KSI King as a senior officer in my squad. I got 4 officer promotions. So we moved KSI Blurry TTV, KSI Pixie 7, KSI Attitude, and of course, the man whose name precedes him everywhere, KSI Cali 7, all moved to officer. Yeah, I mean, if you told me years ago that I'd be having Cali as one of my officers in my squad, I'd be like, huh?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yo, honestly, like our next special guest, we definitely got to get him like up in this joint,
For
talk about
sure.
like awesome, stories and whatnot.
Absolutely, yeah. That guy has so many stories and so much great wisdom to share. And I just have 3 other ones. Mr. V Toxin, Unknown ID, and KSI Morseman. Move them all to prospect. Just for gentlemen that are making a stride, trying to help us out, help out everything in the squad, getting their trainings done and everything. So, looking forward to what they're able to achieve in Nemesis. But what's going on in Dreadnought, Anna?
Yeah, so with Dreadnought, I mean, like looking at the momentum that Dreadnought's been having for a while now at this point, since the big tri squad split, there's been a lot of up and coming leaders. I mean, granted, there was a lot of people that came back to help out, but at the same time, it was a lot of up and coming new members, which is really cool to see everybody come together and come full circle in the sense of it being that good mix of kind of the old and the new. So, starting from the top with Dreadnought, we've got Artorias and Anarchy both getting promoted to senior officer. We've got Dekeech, Shatner 7, Jackie Moon, and Seven Arrow all getting promoted to officer, and then Venomous Vixen getting promoted to PSP. And what's really cool about these people, like I said, especially people like Jackie Moon, I mean, he's only been around the community at this point for a couple weeks, maybe 2 or 3. So something like him, like really getting to see somebody get this passionate about KSI in such like a vital time is super cool to see. It's really like for somebody that's been around as long as I have, it's cool to see that people still have that level of passion even all these years after like when I was recruited. So definitely a huge shout out to everybody in Dreadnought. And with the Dreadnought split just recently happened, shout out to everybody that's there, both Achilles and DC becoming squad leaders. I mean, it's a huge accomplishment for both of them. They put a lot of time and effort into this, so congrats to the two of them as well.
Hell yeah. Whoop, whoop. well,
Can I just say that I am so jealous that I didn't get DC in my squad? I almost did. Right before the split. And then they're like, no, we have a better idea for him. And I'm like, okay. And then come to find out he'd be one of the top performers in the entire division, like immediately.
Yeah, well, you're just not as lucky as us, Blue. So, but Bubba, you want to rep Kyber because we don't want to forget all the people over in Kyber.
Absolutely, Kyber squad. They got a few promotions going on here. First off, KSI Sun Gazer, senior officer. KSI Cat 7, senior officer as well. KSI Asuna, an officer, and last but not least, Panda got promoted to prospect. But I want to say, like all of these squads overall, they are killing it. They're working hard, and I just love to mention, every other episode, basically, like you guys are killing it. Keep it up, grow and build and have fun. That's all that matters. And that's what it really comes down to. But I'm happy for you guys. Dreadnought, definitely freaking unbelievable. Split again in like another month. It's awesome.
No, it definitely will happen with the amount of people that we have in both Dreadnought and the new squad. I mean, it's hard not to see like the passion there, and not to say anything bad about Nemesis and Kyber, but that's obviously a thing there. But Blue, when are you gonna get your 7? I mean, Bubba and I are over here repping 7s, and we're on the 7th episode, and you're here without that 7.
It's painful. Well, I'm definitely close. So as you guys know, splitting the squad, just anytime you split a squad, you get the 7. Right now, at least, it's changed over the years, but for now, you split a squad, you get a 7. Now the 2 other squad leaders, or I should say, 4 other squad leaders, or no, 3 other squad leaders that we have right now, all have 7s already. So yeah, I guess I'm pretty behind. I'm hoping soon though. I'm really hoping
I believe
soon.
in you, Blue. I believe in you. You're always freaking hard worker, man.
Thank you.
Back in the day when I was, division staff and everything back in FA, man, and I honestly truly wanted you up with being a co-founder and everything. Friggin' shit happened, and it's just shit happened.
Yeah.
But man, I believe in you, and it's crazy, yeah. Because like you mentioned, the 7, I just find out now that to get a 7 now you just split a squad. But back then when we were youngies and officers or whatever, we had to become a founder, and then we got the 7. So it got changed like various times. It was at first a co-founder, then a founder, and then back to co-founder.
Yeah, dude,
Look at the
I lucked out back in my day because it was co-founder when I got. So I probably got my 7 in like 2011 maybe. I had to split my squad 3 times. It was so annoying because there's another. When I got coming up in last strike in 2011, the div staff was fully filled out. We had a division leader, we had a co-div founder, and like 3 co-founders. So there wasn't any movement. So like even though we were splitting squads until a division split, there was absolutely no way I was going to get up into the 7s. So I had to split nuclear LS 3 times, and then finally, like, I was super pissed off because I was really close with my division leader, KSI Double J7, and there was another guy. I didn't really like him as much, but he was general in a different squad. His name was KSI Templar, and it was kind of funny. Like when we were coming up, Double J knew that he and I were kind of like rivals and button heads and stuff, and we were both great leaders, but we were very different on our approaches, and that kind of led to some feuds sometimes. And Double J knew that we were both getting promoted to co-founder, but like once these squads split ahead of like a division split, a div split that never happened. But we both like we're getting promoted. So Double J promoted Templar first, and is like, yeah, so that's our promotion. It's like I just split nuclear for the 3rd time, and I'm not getting it. And my man splits his squad. I think it was like Crusades LS or something like that. That's forever ago, but we both got promoted, but he had me go the whole day all upset that I split my squad the 3rd time and he promoted the other guy just to like bring me up 2 at the same time. I was just like, man, that was like the worst day of my life in KSI.
Man, sounds like it. Holy crap. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. Templar, if you're listening to this, that still pissed me off, but I'm glad that we both got 7s up
That's
to the end
awesome,
of the
man.
day.
That's awesome. Hey, I mean, it's a great thing. I remember when I got my 7, I really didn't earn it in the sense where I split a squad or division or whatever the case might be. I got the 7 because I reached up to founder just due to like helping out squads and sort of in a way of like a low staff. But I know it was me and Legend, Arius, and who else? Vic. We were all, co-founders, and we all went up to founder, and then it's just, that's how it really worked out and whatever. But yeah, no, definitely, 7's great. But I know New Blue, you were a 7 technically in XGN. You want to, tell us how you got that and all.
Yeah. So so back in 2020 when I left KSI, I left on pretty sad terms, to be honest. I didn't want to leave KSI, but uh, something we won't get into what was happening back then because that's a very sore subject, or maybe a subject that's been talked over too many times at this point. But I did leave. Yeah. I did leave KSI at some point in 2020. I believe it was July. Ended up in Killjoy Network back when it was a part of Exiled Syndicate. Um, and then KN basically split itself off of XS, but I still wanted to stay, so they transferred me into XGN. Um, I was in Insanity God, Game or Die. Um, I have a pretty notorious, or had, I guess, a pretty notorious general at the time. But he did, he was good to me at least. And then at some point, I got promoted to general. I ran the squad for a little while, and then we went squadless. At some point in December, I believe, we went squadless. Basically meaning that everybody that was a general got pushed up. So I did make it to co-founder pretty quickly. I didn't split a squad in XGN, but I did my 7s test with Juggalo. Really solid dude. I missed the guy. And yeah, I mean, it was really fulfilling. Obviously, I ended up going a little bit further in XGN besides co-founder, but yeah, I mean, it was at some point we had to transition to we called the division XOD, and ended up being a co-div over that for a while, and yeah, just really fulfilling times. And Yeah, I mean, earning my 7 was really, it meant a lot to me because I was so close to it in KSI. Um, and yeah, I mean, I had so much help, so many mentors that helped me all throughout KSI and XGN, and yeah, I mean, the 7 means a lot to me. It's something that I look forward to earning again in KSI, and hopefully we get that done
Yeah,
pretty
man,
soon
no,
here.
hands down. I always believe that you still are. You never changed. You were a little immature back in the day, but from like no, like honestly, like in this, I'm gonna say it from the heart. Like,
That's
from
true.
what you were then up to now, man, you're just more well spoken. You're so much more mature, and honestly, it'd be an honor to freaking witness when you get promoted or get your 7 and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome, and it is a great feeling. And I honestly, truly hope you get that, man. You well deserve it.
No, Blue. See, you've grown a lot since when you first messaged me, like, "Oh, are you KSI Anatomy 7 Hall of Fame?" Blah blah. You were like fucking geeking out on me,
Adamant,
man.
adamant.
Well, it was cool. It was cool. It looked, I love to look up to people. And you ended up teaching me quite a lot, not just when it comes to graphics, but even about leadership. And uh, am I allowed to swear on the podcast?
I don't know. I just did. Go
Oh,
for it.
okay. But yeah, you call me a bitch when I'm being a bitch, and I need that sometimes. So yeah, I mean, nerding out because of you is well deserved. I mean, you've done so
Yeah,
much
man.
for me.
I mean, look, you had to listen
I
to
appreciate.
Adam, man. When we had Dead Meat, he was like a girly. He was so
Oh, dude, shut up!
excited.
Now I'm getting exposed over here because I was
He was
fangirling
like,
with that.
I
Dude,
felt like he was gonna
no,
reach out through his screen and like get his autograph or like grab his bike.
I would. Dead me if you'll give me an autograph, I 100% would take it. That's the most exposed I've
Yeah.
ever felt in my
Oh
life.
my god, I think you even said it on the podcast that like,
I am revoking Bubba 7. Blue, you can have his 7.
uh,
Yes.
oh my god, that's great. I'm going to hell.
Jesus. You're good. You're good. Well, to transition, I do want to shout out the people in digital service real quick that have been coming up in the leads. So, I recently had promoted Wicked for his work in social media to social media supervisor, as well as Term. Huge shout out to Term. I know we talked about it last episode, so I won't go back through it again. But Term is now our
Hell yeah.
streaming supervisor. He's been putting a ton of time and effort into that. So, like we talked about last time, if you haven't followed our social media accounts, I definitely would recommend it. And then for community service, I know that Hero got promoted to the tournaments and events supervisor, as well as DC getting promoted to AAP supervisor. So there's definitely some cool, up and coming. Well, people have been around for a little bit as well, but some new things to come out of those areas. I mean, with AAP, they're rolling out the trophy system really soon, so that way the AAP can actually start awarding people again rather than just the little Discord roles. So there's definitely some cool things there and awards that we can all achieve.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So stay tuned
And
for that.
honestly, next episode 8, we're gonna do an actual live episode right through Twitch. So we're gonna have the three of us basically, and we're gonna actually do like a trivia game. Anna got questions getting worked on to ask me and the guest and
Dude, I'm so
everything, and it's going
excited.
to be a little competition. So I'm excited for that. And just real quick to recap on the social media links and everything, the Twitch is KSI Global 7. The Twitter is KSI Global. Facebook is KSI Official. Instagram is KSI Global Media. And last but not least, YouTube. I mean, you're listening to us. Well, it's KSI Global. But other than that, it's been great. We're like moving along, man. I can't get enough of it. Great things keep happening, man. It's like growing, rebirthing,
Absolutely.
popping out babies left and right. Whoop whoop.
Oh yeah.
No, wrong
Oh my
analogy,
goodness.
maybe. Uh, well, look, other than that, that's the end of episode 7. Until next time, it's your boy Bubba and my sidekick, aka my boss, and New Blue. Thank you again, man, for coming on. But yo, I'm looking forward for next
Yeah, thanks
episode,
for
man.
having me.
Freaking live trivia game. I'm gonna kick
Hell
your
yeah.
buttocks. All right.
Bubba, I'm gonna
Oh
expose
my
your smarts. You expose me for dead
Huh?
meat. I'm gonna expose how dumb you really are.
All right, man. Guys, thanks for listening. See you next time. Live, episode 8. Don't miss it. I'll see ya. Peace out. Woo woo.